All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to trace the absolutely incredible journey of music, all the way from the very first sounds humans ever made to the infinite library that we all carry around in our pockets. I mean, seriously, just stop and think about that for a second. That first moment a person decided to make a sound, not to, warn someone of danger, but just to express something more. What did that even sound like? You have to remember there were no finely crafted guitars or pianos, no fancy soundproof rooms or complicated mixing boards. And yeah, definitely no streaming services. It was just a human, the silence, and this impulse to create a sound that would, and this is no exaggeration, literally, change the world. So, where did it all begin? Well, we have to go way, way back, thousands of years, to a time before language as we know it even really existed. I mean, think about that. We were making music long before we were writing stories. Humanity's first orchestra wasn't made of instruments that were built. They were made of instruments that were just found. The sound of hands clapping, of rocks being hit together, sticks drumming on the ground, and of course, the most versatile instrument of all, the human voice. And in these super simple sounds, early humans discovered something profound. They found rhythm. It was the pattern of a heartbeat, the cadence of just walking. And they realized rhythm wasn't just a pattern. It was this fundamental force that could get a whole group of people in sync and create a powerful, shared experience. And this part is absolutely crucial. For our ancestors, music wasn't a hobby. It was a tool for survival. It was used to communicate over long distances, to perform rituals that bonded the entire tribe, and to celebrate things like a successful hunt. It was essential. So as society started getting more complex, guess what? So did their music. It started evolving from just a survival tool into this essential part of culture in the world's first great civilizations. We see this huge leap in innovation right here. People began actually crafting dedicated instruments. I mean, archaeologists have found flutes carved from animal bones that are tens of thousands of years old. They made drums from stretched animal hides and even created the earliest versions of harps and lyres. What's so cool is how different cultures gave music a totally unique purpose. In Egypt, it was central to big religious ceremonies. In India, it was seen as a pathway to spiritual enlightenment. And then you had the ancient Greeks, who thought music was inseparable from mathematics. They actually believed that musical harmony reflected the harmony of the entire universe. Now, for most of human history, a piece of music only existed for the moment it was being performed, and then it was just gone. But then, during the Middle Ages, a truly revolutionary idea came along. What if we could write music down? This shift was just monumental. Music went from being this fleeting thing that disappeared the second it was played to being permanent. A local folk song could now be shared across continents. A single performance suddenly became infinitely repeatable. This one invention, musical notation, it changed everything. It allowed composers to create way more complex pieces. It paved the way for things like orchestras, where you could have dozens of musicians playing the exact same piece in perfect harmony. The era of classical masterpieces had officially begun. So, the next great leap forward came in the 20th century. If notation allowed music to be shared, technology was about to bring it directly into people's homes on a scale that was pretty much unimaginable. It was this powerful one-two punch. First, the invention of recording technology meant a single performance could be captured forever on a physical object like a record. Then, radio took that recording and broadcast it to millions of people all at the same time. All of a sudden, access to music wasn't a privilege anymore. It was just a part of daily life. And what happens when you suddenly give millions of people access to sounds from all over the world? You get an explosion of creativity. New genres like jazz, rock and roll, pop, and hip-hop just burst onto the scene, each one blending different influences and pushing music in exciting new directions. And that brings us to today. Right now, we are living in the most powerful and democratic era of music in all of human history. And it's all thanks to the digital revolution. Seriously, think about this for a second. For the first time ever, the tools for creating and distributing high-quality music are available to pretty much anyone. Bedroom producers can become global superstars. An artist can record a song on their laptop in the morning and have it heard by millions of people all around the world by that afternoon. It's wild. So when you put it all together, the journey is just staggering. We went from a single rhythmic clap in the darkness of prehistory to a little device in our pocket that holds access to nearly every song ever recorded. But the most important takeaway is this. Despite all the incredible changes in technology, style, and scale, the fundamental purpose of music really hasn't changed at all. It is still that essential force that connects us, that helps us celebrate and mourn, and lets us express feelings that words alone just can't capture. It's a core part of what makes us human. Which leaves me with one final question for you to think about. After this long, incredible journey, what sound, what genre, what artist connects with you the most?